What is up, folks at home? Welcome back to the channel. Today it is a cold fall day. Water temperatures are falling, fish are moving and feeding. We are gonna catch them today and we're gonna try some new lures. Folks over at Handing Corporation sent me a bunch of lures to check out. We got some rattle traps here. We're gonna try to catch them on these traps today. We're gonna talk about how I fish traps in the fall. We've got a lot of questions lately on the channel about the lipless bite. I love it. It's something that you can figure out. It's one of those things that if you go out and you smack some fish on a lipless bait, then you're gonna know how to do it. If you've never tried it, we're gonna learn how to do it today. So let's dive in. Look at that monster. Let's go. Handing trap right down his throat. Let's go! That's another big old bass on that trap. All right, so let's take a look at these baits by Handing. These are 2.1 inches. They're half-ounce baits. And what I really like about them, they've got some interesting designs on them, but what I really like, they come standard with Mustad Ultra Point Premium No. 8 hooks. And the cool thing about it is they have metal components. So let's get one out and see how it runs in the water.
So the beauty of the trap bite in the fall is it is pure reaction. A good trap runs head down so it protects its treble hooks like this because you are fishing these in dirty water, in stained water or windy conditions, and traps excel around scattered vegetation. You're going to get more bites ripping this bait out of the weeds, and baits that come through weeds clear and clean are vitally important. The Handing bait right here is 2.1 inches, which is a perfect size to rip this out of cover. It's got great action, it's got great knock on it, but most importantly, it comes through cover clean. That's a super important facet too, because most of the time with a trap, your best bites are going to come from ripping this bait free of weed patches. You're looking for pure reaction bites here. So what I'm doing is I'm finding green weeds with my sonar, and then I'm throwing this trap and basically running this through the weed beds and ripping it free when it hits clumps of weeds, looking for those bass that are sitting in the weeds to react to that bait coming through.
Got one. There we go. First one on the trap, third cast. Trap bite is great in the fall. Got one. On that one, looks like a bluegill. That's why I picked it. Good color. Really good fish. Look at that monster. Let's go. Black spot on the head, and look at that. Handing trap right down his throat. Let's go. Folks, that's why you throw a trap in the fall right there. That is a big fish, man. That is a big fish. Shoo! And he absolutely swallowed this. Absolutely, positively throwing the right bait. Right bait, right time. Crushed it. Look at that, Handing trap. That is a big old bass right there, friends, a monster. All right, folks, so let's talk about it as we retie right here. When you are fishing a trap in the fall, you want to fish transition areas. And what I mean by transition areas are flats outside of where the fish are going to winter. On the fall, fish sit on flats. They gang up on flats, they gang up on bait fish, and what they're doing is they're feeding up for winter. A trap is a perfect bait to throw this time of year because, one, the water's a little bit off-colored. Two, it's a bait that's built to cover water. And three, it is pure reaction. In the fall, you gotta cover so much water, you are looking for reaction, right? You are looking for a fish that's not really like, oh, I'm gonna eat this soft plastic because it's in my face. You are looking for fish in the fall that are feeding up. They're not thinking about what they're eating. They're saying, ooh, there's a meal swimming by right there. I am gonna crack that. There we go. Another one. Found a transition area. They're schooled up there in those weeds. Let's get some more. Another one. We got a school of them now, folks. We're gonna work through these, get a bigger one.
So a lot of guys think that a trap is just chuck it out there and burn it back. Really, it's an active retrieve where you are letting this bait fall into pockets and pause it. So you can see here on my retrieve that I'm stopping it and pausing it, and it's getting hit on those stops and pauses as I rip it out of those weeds.
Another one. Man, they're stacked up in there. They are sure stacked up in there. We caught that monster out of there. Now we've caught 3 little ones. In the fall, you got to work through these schools of fish, right? So they're stacked up in there for a reason. They've got bait corralled up in there for a reason. We're throwing the right color, right? Throwing the right size. We just got to work through some smaller ones. We'll get a bigger.
One thing that you want to consider too when fishing these flats is also angle change. A lot of times when you change the angle on your cast, it's going to give the fish a slightly different look. So what I did here is I flipped sides of the flat. I was catching them on one side, they were all small. I flipped back to the other in hopes of running into the right kind of fish.
Another good one. Whoa. Another chunk. Oh, let's go. That's another big old bass on that trap. I'm telling you, if you're not throwing a trap right now, you are missing out. You don't need that live scope. You don't need an expensive boat. Heck, you don't even need to be good at fishing. You just need to throw a trap and you will smoke them. Big bass, let's go.
So at this point, I gave Caden a text, told him the bite was popping off. So he decided to drive over to the lake. I went to pick him up, and then we just started hammering some fish. Again, this trap bite in the fall is going crazy. I'm telling you folks, let's dive in. So we go to another different flat. I give Caden the trap that I've been catching him on here, just so he can get in the game, giving me his thoughts on this bait, and he doesn't waste any time hooking up.
Oh, got another one.
Oh man, we're on another one?
Yeah.
Hooked up again. What do we got?
Don't feel bad either.
What's it gonna be?
It's a bass.
It's a bass? I'm excited.
Be excited.
I'm excited.
Be excited.
Underwater.
Oh, it's a pike.
Pike. Man, we're on another one?
Yeah.
Hooked up again. What do we got?
Don't feel bad either.
What's it gonna be?
It's a bass.
It's a bass? I'm excited.
Be excited.
I'm excited. We're gonna get underwater on it. Ooh, that's a nice bite too.
I'm very lost for words.
Yeah. I told you that trap. Here, give me that.
Yeah, here. You
Save
take
your
that.
video. As Caden would say, this is the most dangerous fish in the world.
Way more dangerous than a 13-incher. Way more.
Look at that, dude. That thing chewed it
Yeah.
right there. Let's get him unhooked. Woo.
So you can see we are catching fish in these weed beds because they are there. The bait fish are there. The water clarity is perfect. But more importantly, these baits from Handing are tough. Their paint schemes hold up. They're very intuitive baits. Chuck them out there, wind, pop them through stuff. You're gonna catch fish. They're awesome baits. We here at the channel are big believers in plug and play stuff. These baits come with Mustad Ultra Point hooks. Their paint schemes are really cool. I love the fish eating the fish. They're going to play in clear water as well as, you know, that dirty stained water that we're catching them in. So it's a huge benefit when you have a bait that's plug and play, don't have to change hooks, don't have to change hardware, and that is doing a good job in catching all kinds of fish. As we get ready to close out the video here, we just want to thank Handing Company for sending us these awesome baits. They do a good job, and we had one more fish catch as we we're trying to close it
I
out.
want to think about. Hey, we got a fish. Look at that. What did we get? A crappie. Oh man, we got dinner. Wow. That's a good crop too. On the trap. Hey, we're catching fish. I might, you know, shut up and start catching some fish. Let's throw them in the well, baby. Look at that one. Hold him up for the camera. He's nice and pretty. Look at that. Man, it's nice to catch a fish, isn't it?
Good 10
Look at that. Chuck him in there. See ya.
If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to check out the link in our bio for access to these Handing baits. Also head to Omnia, check out all of our baits there. Use those links to buy baits. It helps out support the channel a ton. Also check out the Can Fishing app. That's how we get all of our underwater footage. Super cool. It's an amazing way to get underwater footage of fish. It helps elevate your game. Just give us a like and subscribe if you enjoy the channel right now. Let us know in the comments what you want to see in the future. We look forward to hanging out with you guys next time. We'll see you.